Streaming on clickorlando.com and broadcasting live. You're watching News 6 at 4.
It's not Commissioner Rose's district. Well, it's the city of Orlando's district.
Born in yesterday.
A former city commissioner is not giving up, demanding a do-over to win back her seat.
Changes are coming. Some of us will wake up in the 20s Friday morning. Coming up, how long this cold weather sticks around.
But we start with breaking news at 4. A man is accused of threatening to kill the governor, the U.S. Secret Service director, and the Volusia sheriff.
Daniel Cook from Edgewater is now facing several charges, including making written threats. He went to court this afternoon. The judge mentioned the victims are Governor Ron DeSantis, Secret Service Director Sean Curran, and Volusia Sheriff Mike Chitwood. Cook is being held on no bond.
All right, let's take you outside for a live look at our launch credit union, Port Cam. This is at Port Canaveral. What a beautiful picture that is. We want to give you a heads up, though. Big weather changes are on the way, including rain and the coldest air of the season.
Meteorologist Julie Broughton joins us now with what we can expect. Julie.
We are expecting a lot of changes over the next 24 to 48 hours. So if you like it on the warm side, maybe have dinner outside tonight. We are talking about really pretty conditions right now. This is another look for you at our launch credit union camera at Port Canaveral, where we are sitting at 74 degrees right now, a little on the breezy side with winds out of the southeast. Orlando checking in right now at 73, 72 in the Villages. Ocala, you're at 69, and it is 63 in Daytona Beach. Now, as we take a wider look out, the national temperatures on up into Canada, you can see all of that cold Arctic air that will be spilling to the south by Friday morning. In fact, we are looking at waking up with wind chill readings Friday morning in the 20s. So Friday morning at 7 o'clock, it will feel like 26 in Ocala and Leesburg. It will feel like 28 in Orlando, and it will feel like 31 in Melbourne. Coming up, we'll break down how long this cold weather sticks around and take a look ahead to the next 7 days.
All right, Julie, thank you. A former Orlando City Commissioner is seeking a new election, and she is taking the legal battle to the commissioner who won. Regina Hill offered what she claims is evidence of supposed wrongdoing, but a judge has not yet ruled on that matter. Your Orlando community correspondent Mike Valenti explains why this fight is not over.
A high school music director is accused of having an inappropriate relationship with a 16-year-old student. He worked at 3 schools, Bayside High, Southwest Middle, and Delora Middle, all in Brevard County. News 6's Stephanie Rodriguez explains the action the district is now taking. Well, it is hard to believe, but today marks 1 year since 2 dogs killed an 8-year-old boy in his own neighborhood. The dogs attacked Michael Millette while he was riding his bike into land. The dogs were later euthanized, and the owners now face felony charges for tampering with evidence, accused of deleting Facebook messages detailing the dogs being loose. They are set to go on trial next month. The boy's family says the charges are not enough, and they're pushing for accountability. In the past year, their advocacy helped pass the Pam Rock Act. It's a law that holds owners of dangerous dogs responsible and seeks to prevent future attacks. Volusia County also now requires dangerous dogs to have $500,000 in liability insurance. It's a measure aimed at protecting communities from similar tragedies.
In Flagler County, the sheriff's office has released new body cam video during a chaotic traffic stop involving a registered sex offender and 2 minors.
Sheriff's office, let me see it! Let me see it! Lay out! Lay out! Lay out! Spread out on the floor! Spread out on the floor!
This happened last month along US 1 near Whiteview Drive, just north of Bunnell. This is video of the 15-year-old getting arrested. It all started during a traffic stop when deputies found the driver, Darnell Hairston, a registered sex offender with 2 minors. One of the minors was an 11-year-old who had been reported missing out of St. Johns County. While deputies were busy with Hairston, the other minor, a 15-year-old, got back into the truck and drove away. Hairston is now facing multiple charges, including kidnapping a child under 13. The 15-year-old is also facing multiple charges, including aggravated battery on a law enforcement officer.
We now know the name of the 10-year-old boy and 75-year-old woman who died in a house fire. It happened yesterday on Janus Road, just west of I-95 in Palm Bay. Firefighters found a woman outside the home who said 2 other people were trapped inside. Crews tried several times to get in that house, but the extreme flames kept them from getting inside. Palm Bay Fire rescue now tells us 10-year-old Noah Baus and his grandmother, 75-year-old Cheryl Vandemat, died. The boy's 54-year-old mother is expected to be okay, though. The cause of the fire is under investigation.
Florida lawmakers are back at work in Tallahassee. This year's legislative session officially began this morning, and it started with Governor Ron DeSantis giving his final State of the State address. News 6 anchor Matt Austin joins us now live in the newsroom with what lawmakers are focusing on this year. Matt?
Yeah, it's a big session, and one of the governor's big pushes this year is a constitutional amendment to slash property taxes. That's something he talked about during his final State of the State address.
You should be able to own your home without paying perpetual rent to the government. The legislature has the ability to place a measure on the ballot to provide transformational relief for taxpayers. Let's resolve to all work together, get something done, and let the people have a say.
State Republican leaders opened the 2026 session mentioning the need to make life more affordable for Floridians.
The Florida House stands ready to work with anyone who is willing to put the needs of our state first.
Now, the budget's the only thing lawmakers are required to pass. The governor's proposing more than $117 billion in spending. Also on the agenda for this year, a proposed AI Bill of Rights. Lawmakers are also set to talk about a bill to reverse the law passed after the Parkland shooting and lower the age to buy rifles and shotguns back down to 18. The 2026 legislative session is scheduled to last until March 13th. Ladies.
All right, Matt. Now to a discussion about your child's safety in the classroom.
State law requires a school resource officer on every campus, but a recent audit found issues with how Orange County Schools is keeping track of those officers. News 6's Mark Lehman explains. Orange County Schools will also be talking about selling a property that was once a pioneering institution for Black students. Last September, the school board entered into an agreement to sell the historic Hungerford property in Eatonville to Dr. Phillips Charities. That's despite some ongoing objections from some town leaders. The organization will get the 117-acre former school site for just $1 million, but in exchange, Dr. Phillips Charities is required to build things like a healthcare facility, a new park in the next 10 years.
Well, 7 in 10 U.S. teens have tried an AI chatbot, and experts warn it can feed kids bad advice.
How parents can spot the red flags, that's coming up. Plus, are you like me and still have some holiday decorations lingering around the house? Well, we are here to help. Coming up, an easy way to take them down with the help of the pros. That's next. You're watching News 6 at 4 as we take a live look at our camera in Daytona Beach. We'll be right back.
This portion of the news is sponsored by Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. The new and improved News 6 app is here. We've updated everything and added new features to make it even better. Like a more customizable home screen where you can log in and see the stories important to you at a glance. Stream News 6 and News 6 Plus live anywhere, anytime with picture-in-picture playback while using other apps on your phone. And now, the More For You section, which offers even more options to choose from. The new and improved News 6 app.
This portion of the news is sponsored by Hard Rock Bet.
Still seems like a lot of work.
Well, no, it doesn't seem like it. It's a lot of work. And by looking at those guys, I noticed that Eric is wearing a coat, but if he was doing that, like, say, in the coming days,
Yes.
Julie, he's going to need a puffer coat, a bigger coat than that.
Some gloves, maybe some earmuffs,
Perhaps.
you know, all of it, because we are talking about some of the coldest air since 2022 likely headed our way by Friday morning. Now, if you've been outside today, it's actually a little bit warmer than normal. Most of us are in the low, even mid-70s, and we'll keep it mild and warmer than normal overnight. Now, tomorrow, Wednesday, is a bit of transition day for us. We will see some rain moving into the picture, and then that rain will continue into Thursday as a strong cold front comes through, and then by Friday morning, some of us are waking up in the 20s. Now, here is the coldest we have been so far this season. Ocala, 30. Now, this was all right around November 11th, November 12th. Leesburg, you fell to 35. Daytona Beach, you've gotten it down to 35. Orlando, 36 is the coldest we've been. That was on November 11th. And Melbourne, you dropped to 37. Now, here's what we're expecting Friday morning. So 7 o'clock Friday mornings, you're getting the kids out to school, maybe heading off to work. We'll be at 35 in Orlando. Look at all these 20s for our northern interior spots. Denellen, you could be talking about 24, 28 in Bushnell, 27 in Ocala, 37 in Melbourne, and 35 in Titusville. But when you factor in the winds, just about all of us will be feeling like the 20s. So this is dangerously cold just about everywhere across Central Florida. You'll feel like 24 in Palm Coast, and it will feel like 26 in Leesburg. Quite a contrast to what's going on right now. This is a live look from our Light Orlando Delivering Hope Together camera over downtown Orlando. 73, normal high this time of year, 71. You can see some blue sky there, but quite a bit of cloud cover, and we'll continue to see those clouds thickening. Now here in Mount Dora, you're at 73, 73 right now in Webster, 68 in Reddick. It is 69 in Denellen and 64 in Port Orange. As we head down to Mico, you're at 73, 74 in Hullapaw, and it is 75 if you're in Poinciana. Now, here's your hour-by-hour forecast.
Your forecast is sponsored by Renewal by Anderson.
Okay, so this is a picture of Missy. This was her celebrating New Year's Eve, and notice she's wearing her Christmas pajamas. I say she just leave those out and go ahead and wear them Friday into the weekend. It's perfectly fine that they're Christmas pajamas. We want her to stay warm. 66 at 7 o'clock, 65 degrees at 8 o'clock. Make sure you head to clickorlando.com/pins. Share your pet photos with us. Now, here's a look at the entire United States, and notice this front up here tracking towards Chicago. That is what is headed our way as we head into Friday. Satellite and radar imagery right now showing some clouds streaming over from the Gulf, but again, we are mild out there. I want to jump ahead to this time tomorrow. We'll be tracking some rain stretching from Flagler County back down toward I-75, and we'll be tracking some showers through the afternoon drive tomorrow. Then our main front begins to move in early Thursday morning. I do think Thursday morning could be a wet drive to work and school, so go ahead and plan to give yourself some extra time. We get that front to our south by around 9 o'clock, even at 8 o'clock, southern Brevard County. You could see some pockets of heavy rain, but we clear that out of here pretty quickly, and along with that, the cold rolls in with our skies mostly sunny by 3 o'clock. So for tonight, we keep it really warm overnight, going back to 59 in Orlando. You'll wake up tomorrow to 50 in Ocala. Here is your 7-day forecast. So expect some showers to move in by this time tomorrow. A wet start to our day on Thursday, then 35 in Orlando when we wake up Friday morning. That means 20s northwest of I-4. Only going to 58 on Friday. We leave it in the 30s for Saturday morning, and even staying in the 30s and 40s all the way through next week.
I want to stay in my Christmas jammies all week, too.
You should. You should.
That would be wonderful.
I support that.
Thank you, Julie. Well, your teen's new friend could be a chatbot, and experts warn they could be misleading kids.
Yeah, the big safety risk parents need to know about. That's next. A live look now at downtown Orlando. This is a beautiful shot from our Light Orlando Delivering Hope camera. You're watching News 6. We'll be right back.
This portion of the news is sponsored by Light Orlando.
Well, Lake Eola's iconic swans are disappearing, and a new petition demands big changes.
We'll have the push to save the birds coming up next.
The e-bike boom leads to complaints and now citations.
Officers have been stopping kids, educating them, talking to them, calling parents, and it just got to the point where we felt it wasn't as working as well as it should.
We're here in Oviedo talking to police about their recent enforcement efforts.
And here's a live look over Port Canaveral. You're watching News 6. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. We're following several top stories right now. Discussions about safety in schools is on the agenda for Orange County Public Schools today.
It comes after an audit for the second time found issues with the way the district is handling records, specifically with school resource officers. The Florida Auditor General says district records lack documentation that at least one officer is present at each school. The district insists that SRO attendance is confirmed at each school every day. today. In Brevard County, a high school music director is facing multiple molestation charges. Investigators say he had an inappropriate relationship with a 16-year-old student. 19-year-old Brandon Foreman worked at 3 schools, Bayside High, Southwest Middle, and Delora Middle. He is permanently barred from working with the district. Back at it, lawmakers returned to Tallahassee today for the 60-day regular session. It started with Governor Ron DeSantis' final State of the State address. Some items on the agenda for this year: a proposed AI Bill of Rights, a bill to lower the age to buy rifles and shotguns back down to 18, and the governor's push to slash property taxes.
Well, police have had enough with kids on e-bikes, and now parents are paying the price. The speedy scooters and bikes often don't follow the rules of the road, putting the riders and drivers in danger. Your Seminole County community correspondent Catherine Silver found out what one department is doing and how much a ticket can cost.
I spoke with Oviedo Police today about their recent enforcement efforts here at Jackson Heights Middle School. They tell me they're not just concerned about e-bikes, which can go up to 28 miles per hour. They're actually more concerned about electric motorcycles, which can go much faster. And police say most of the time it's the parents that end up actually paying. The citations that they issued here recently each came with $116 fines. I'm live in Oviedo. Catherine Silver, News 6.
All right, Catherine, thank you. Meantime, in Sumter County, the school board is expected to vote tonight on new rules for e-bikes. The changes would formally ban students from using the powered portion of their e-bikes or scooters while on campus. Anyone under 16 would have to wear helmets. Students would also have to get off their bikes to walk them over to storage areas before class. Students who refuse could face disciplinary action. Tonight's meeting is set to start at 5:30. And just last week, city leaders in Winter Garden decided to ban high-speed e-bikes on a stretch of the West Orange Trail. It also bans anyone under 15 from riding. It would block the motorized scooters on narrow sidewalks. Violators now face a $100 fine. Parents or guardians are responsible for kids who break the rules. Similar restrictions have also gone into effect in Flagler County and Palm Coast.
Well, there is a new push to save the swans in downtown Orlando's Lake Eola as we take a live look at downtown from our Light Orlando Delivering Hope camera. With at least 26 swans now dead from the bird flu, the park has lost more than a third of its flock. An online petition is calling for expert care, a cleaner habitat, and better water quality at Lake Eola. The volunteer behind the petition shared his concerns with your Orlando community correspondent, Troy Campbell.
Well, here's some welcome news for consumers. The latest inflation data from the Labor Department shows price increases are continuing to slow down from a year ago. News 6 investigator Donovan Myrie is live in the newsroom now with a look at what the numbers mean for the year ahead. Donovan.
Ginger, let's get right into it. December's consumer price index shows that the inflation rate at 2.7% year over year, staying flat from November and finishing out 2025 on a low. Today's report fell in line with what experts were forecasting. And Ginger, let's wrap it up with some projections. As I said last week, the Fed will most likely not make any cuts to interest rates at their meeting in January. And from what I've been reading, they may not be thinking about cuts until meetings in June. Back to you.
I'm just happy we don't have to hoard eggs anymore. All right, Donovan, thank you. Well, today the Supreme Court heard arguments in a high-stakes fight over transgender athletes. The hearing focused on whether states can ban transgender girls and women from competing in girls and women's sports teams. Now, justices heard 2 cases from Idaho and West Virginia. They challenged laws that block transgender girls from female teams. The position that the bans are illegal hinges on the Equal Protection Clause in the 14th Amendment. 27 states have bans, including Florida. Last year, the justices weighed in on the issue in a different matter. They allowed the Trump administration to ban transgender people from serving in the military.
A Central Florida school district is moving forward with plans to rebuild a school with more than 100 years of history. At last night's meeting, the Lake County School Board approved several agenda items focusing on the design part of the project for Eustis Elementary. Renderings show a remodeled school that maintains its historic charm. It includes the iconic arches and the front porch.
I love that Eustis really makes that a priority. Having that historical significance, even if it's just the architecture, it's important.
Several upgrades are planned, like new buildings, in-classroom bathrooms, and new technology. The initial plan creates enough room for 650 students, but leaves space for future expansion as well.
New pushback on toll road plans through a protected land.
We need to have local control over our growth, and in order to do that, we need to stop bad decisions from the past.
We'll take you to the rally where people are demanding action now.
Plus, our traffic safety expert Trooper Steve explains why you could get a ticket for getting stuck in an intersection. That's coming up. Julie.
Expect some rain to move in tomorrow, and then by Friday morning, some of us will wake up in the 20s. We'll break down how cold it will be where you are and how long this chilly weather sticks around coming up.
And as we head to break, we want to remind you to check out our primetime schedule on News 6 Plus. We have a new take on the day's news on News 6 tonight. That's at 9. Go in depth as we answer your weather questions. That's at 9:30. Then watch the late news an hour earlier. It's all tonight on News 6 Plus. Download our streaming app for free. Search WKMG in your smart TV's app store. It's also available on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV.
This portion of the news is sponsored by Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino.
All right, we want to check in now with meteorologist Julie Broughton, who is standing by with a little bit of something for everyone.
Yes.
We've got some much needed rain in the forecast.
Yes, that comes our way Wednesday and Thursday. But I think what is behind that rain is what has a lot of people's attention right now. We are talking about waking up in the 20s and 30s Friday morning. So we do have some cold weather concerns no matter where you are in Central Florida. It will feel like the 20s just about everywhere. We'll likely have a cold weather advisory in place. Those used to be called wind chill advisories. Now they're cold weather advisories, but I think we are all in store for one of those. We're also looking at the potential of a hard freeze, especially northwest of I-4, where you could be in the 20s for several hours, and that means you need to protect your plants, pets, and even pipes. We don't talk about that a lot in Central Florida, but I think especially areas like Marion County and Sumter County, it might even be one of those nights where you want to have a slow drip on those pipes. Here's a look at where we could potentially be talking about freeze and frost Friday morning, and where you see the purple, that is where we're talking about the potential of freeze. So that encompasses much of Central Florida, especially north and west of Orlando. I think all of us will be dealing with at least a little bit of frost, and here is why. This is what we can expect when we wake up. 24 in Denellen Friday morning, 28 in Bushnell, 27 in Ocala, 28 in the Villages, and 40 for your overnight low Friday in Cocoa Beach. Just about all of us, though, will feel like the 20s when you're stepping out the door. So the kids heading out to school, it's definitely a day where you need that winter weather gear. I know kids aren't so much into coats these days, but it'll be feeling like 26 in Ocala, and it will feel like 24 in Palm Coast. In fact, if we hit 35 degrees in Orlando Friday morning, that will be the coldest air we have seen since Christmas Day 2022. And I do think that we will hit that 35-degree mark Friday morning. In fact, as we take a look ahead really through the next 10 days or so, we are expecting below normal temperatures as we kind of ride toward the end of January. We're a little bit warmer than normal out there right now. This is our Daytona Beach sky cam, looking a little cloudy, a little foggy out there. 63 degrees right now in Daytona Beach. It is 74 in Kissimmee, 69 in Ocala. DeLand, you're at 65, and it is 73 degrees right now in Melbourne. Now here's your hour-by-hour forecast. This is Galaxy. Galaxy lives in the Villages, loves sunshine, and look what Galaxy was watching. Galaxy was watching the weather forecast. 66 degrees at 7 o'clock, 65 degrees at 8 o'clock. Head to clickorlando.com/pins to share your pet photos with us. Here is that front that will be through by the middle part of the day on Thursday. In fact, by this time tomorrow, I do think well ahead of that front, we'll be tracking some showers for your afternoon drive home tomorrow. Then Thursday morning, expect some showers, even a few thunderstorms for your drive into work and school before we clear things out by Thursday afternoon with that cold air settling in Friday morning. Again, we are talking about 59 overnight tonight. Contrast that to 35 Friday morning, then Friday only in the 50s, but we'll keep it in the 30s and 40s really once we hit Friday all the way into next week.
Cold just looking at that 7-day. All right, Julie, thank you. Well, Trooper Steve says he gets asked this question a lot.
Someone wanted to know why they got a ticket when they entered an intersection at a green light, but they could not move because they got stuck from stopped traffic. We'll have that answer next.
Coming up in the morning, rain chances rise before a major cool down. Candace will have your forecast every 10 minutes.
Plus, cold plunges are the hot new fitness trend, but do they really work? We're going to talk to the experts.
We'll see you for News 6 Mornings starting at 6.
This portion of the news is sponsored by Hard Rock Bet.
Well, a local musician whose band is up for 3 Grammy Awards this year will be performing at the Dr. Phillips Center this week.
Orlando resident Aoife O'Donovan is part of the band I'm With Her. It is a multi-Grammy award-winning folk and bluegrass-inspired trio. They will be singing and playing their guitars, banjos, fiddle, and mandolins at Steinmetz Hall this Friday night.
We're going to be singing around one microphone. Our instruments will be amplified with clip-on mics, but it's a very special show to see at Steinmetz Hall, which, as you know, and as people in town know, is acoustically one of the great rooms that's been built in the last several years in the States. It really is. It's an incredible sounding room, and it's really made for acoustic music. And I can't wait to be in there and just hear our voices kind of bouncing off of those walls. And it's going to be a really fun night.
Now, that performance will come just weeks before the 68th Annual Grammy Awards on February 1st. This year, I'm With Her has been nominated for Best Folk Album, Best American Roots Song, and more. For more on tickets to their performance at the Dr. Phillips Center, head to clickorlando.com.
News 6 at 5 is next.
Anchor Matt Austin is in the newsroom with what's ahead.
Well, it's an issue you've probably heard about here and there. Forever chemicals inside our water. Well, coming up, the latest Central Florida county with the discussion on the table and what county leaders want to do about it. And it's been a year since a young boy was killed in a Volusia County dog attack. The update we're getting on how new rules that came out of his death are being handled now. And your forecast is only minutes away. We have that big chill headed for us. Don't forget, you can stream all of our newscasts and live cameras like this pretty look out at the port for free anytime on News 6 Plus. We'll be right back.